Cool. All right. Hey guys, I'm here with Justine Cumbo.
Hello.
And we're here to just like chill out and talk about a few stuff and what's been happening at conference, what's been happening in your life.
Yeah.
So Justine, do you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, who you're about, what you love?
Yes, totally. My name is Justine. I'm originally a Melbourne girl, but I moved to Brisbane a couple of years back to work for Ministries, which is an awesome ministry that has changed my life. Really cool to work for them. And I work for another Catholic mission called Real Talk, so I travel a bit around Australia talking in schools, which is pretty fun. And then I do a few other speaking. I love talking to people, which is probably a good thing, being a human. But just traveling and speaking at events and stuff, so it's where I get around. But who I'm about is, Jesus. He's pretty top bloke. Yes. And he's the reason why I found so much meaning in what I do. So yeah, it's my jam.
That's your jam.
It's my jam.
It's really cool because what year did you do your net?
A long time ago, in 2010 and 2011.
Yeah, nice.
So I feel like
did Ellen do net with you for 1 year?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I did net in 2015.
Yeah,
so
you did.
You know, a few more years after you.
Yeah.
But yeah, net changed my life. Actually, this conference changed my life. 2014, came here, only knew a net team, and then Jesus just was like, Alice, come on an adventure with me, and net was amazing. And if any of you guys want to do net, I really, really think you should, because it is life transforming.
Totally.
So how's your Ignite conference going? I mean, how many times have you been to this now?
I reckon I should probably do the maths, because I keep saying 7, but I don't know if that's actually accurate. I've been a couple of times and across a couple of different years, and so it's just really cool to see that, I get older, but this never stops being relevant. Like, you know, like there's so many trends out there and things that you can get to, and it just gets tired and you just get used to the same thing. And this has been at the same place. There's always heaps of people. It's often full of like a lot of the same dynamics, but it's never the same. It's never a repeat. And I don't think I'd come back for 7 plus or minus 3, because I don't actually know the number of times I've been here. So it's been great. It's been really cool this year to be a bit more involved in the speaking part of it, but I just love meeting people from all around Australia, people like totally looking awkward on day 1 who are so not looking orcs on day 3 now, and just really vibing off what's going on. And I just love meeting new people here and seeing what God does, because he does do awesome things. So yeah, it's been cool.
And so how was that feeling getting up there the first night, giving your keynote? Were you a bit nervous? Like, you're like the first person to get up there.
Yeah. I wish that they could have a live feed, like of backstage, because I was like in like labor pains. I was like, oh my gosh, and doing all these like jumping. Seriously, that was me. And like the side stage people were so awesome, and they were just, reassuring me. So that was super fun, but it was cool to just step out there. And I'd been planning that talk and praying about it and getting excited about it for so long, and then it was the moment. You're in the moment that you've been waiting for. And
there's only so much you can plan for it as well. Because it's like you gotta ask the Holy Spirit to like,
seriously,
and he shows up every time. You're like, did I just say that?
Seriously. And I don't remember a lot of what I said. I know that I ate a cheeseburger or a bite out of it, and like everything else I just can't remember. So I hope something of it was helpful, and I just really wanted to start the journey off with everyone. And so here we are on day 3. Everyone's still here, so I think it went all right. Yeah.
I had a kid the other day. He actually went home because he had an earache.
Oh.
So
not every kid. It was
not
my
every
fault.
kid.
It was my fault.
It was your dog. No, it totally was
He
not.
told me it was because of your dog. So.
It wasn't. But yeah, no, something that you said that I posted on our Instagram. Yeah. I wasn't here because I was a little bit sick.
Hey.
Dang it. But you said that when you show up empty, like God's like... He comes, brings everything.
Totally. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. And I think I had to hear that too. And that's why I remember the line. I remember writing it. I'm like, whoa, when you show up empty, God shows up with everything.
Yeah.
And like, he's not half-hearted. He doesn't, like, he's not a scab. He's not stingy. Like, that, like, the grandpa in the family, like, they save the money. And, like, he's not like that. But he needs space. And I think that's just what I was realizing. I was like, so often in my life, I'm like, God, like do something in my life. Like, why aren't you doing anything? It's because there's no room. Like, I'm too busy filling my life with things that I think I need, or my attempt to fill my life with what I think I want. And he's like, hey, like I'm trying here and I'm going to be really patient with you. But just like taking some of that stuff out and emptying yourself, which is a bit scary. Hey,
It's so scary.
you're like, what do I do when it's empty? Like, do I just sit here, or like, do I wait?
Yeah.
And sometimes God does make us wait, but it's only because he's actually doing something in the waiting. It's not just doing nothing. So yeah, that was my reflection. And I think when I've really just leaned into God and not just myself, I've experienced everything that I didn't know I needed, but I did need it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I think yesterday when I arrived, I wasn't even here for the first keynote yesterday, because I came here at like morning tea. And I came here and I was like, I feel like I've missed out on so much. And it was like really hard to get into the speed of things. Like people had already been here last night.
Yeah.
And I was just felt so, I guess I felt empty, I was sitting here and then I was like, what keynote am I going to go to? I didn't have my lanyard because someone forgot it. And I was like, And then Father Stefan was like, do you want to go to adoration? And I was like, yeah, that is like exactly what I need. And I went and I sat before Jesus and I prayed the 7 sorrows of Mary, and even in that I still felt empty. And then just after that, taking that time, I left and I went to this awesome keynote by Karen Doyle, and it was all about like
Karen Doyle,
because I read she was a big transformation for me on my first year coming to Ignite. I got the
Feminine Genius.
Yeah, I got that and I read it, and then now 4 years later I come and met her and she spoke about her book again, and I just thought, wow, I have come so far in those 4 years.
Totally.
And I just in that moment just felt so filled with joy, and
hey.
that was like, yes, God has shown up, even though I felt so empty an hour ago. I'm so filled with the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
Just in that prayer.
Totally. And I feel like the most genuine encounters I have with God are like the unexpected stuff. Like when I'm constantly like on the lookout, like, where are you? Like, I'm empty. Like, where are you? It just doesn't happen because it's sometimes like I'm forcing it.
Yeah.
And then he'll get you. And then it's like, like you had that moment planned. And I think they're the most powerful ones because in a sense it has nothing to do with me and what I'm doing and everything to do with him and what he wants for me. And yeah, it's really cool to be reminded of that in those moments of like, hey, I tried to feel it, but yeah, he does it best.
Yeah,
he
does it way better, so
Yeah.
much better. So how was your night last night? How was adoration?
Adoration was so beautiful. It's funny because I've probably just had a handful of like real tangible experiences with God, like the big moments, maybe 2 or 3 in my life. And I don't live for those moments. Like I don't think I need them. But I'd been running a couple of workshops going back to my first moment with God. And I remember in that moment, I was in adoration. I was like in grade 10. I'd never done like a Catholic conference thing before. And, I'm in my workshop, I was reliving this experience of, being in front of the Blessed Sacrament and God. I felt like God was saying to me, like, Justine, I know you, I see you, and you're enough. And we were in adoration last night. And I was just praying and I wasn't feeling anything, and that's fine. I love just chilling and just, being there. And then Father was sort of walking around with the monstrance, the Blessed Sacrament in, and there was a spotlight following him, and he stopped right in front of me, and that spotlight just went straight through the Blessed Sacrament onto me. And I was like, it's like God was reminding me, like, don't forget, like, I haven't forgotten that I spoke to you that night. And it's like that spotlight was like, hey, you. So really special. So that was really cool. And I just love being there with everyone else.
Yeah.
It's just like Ignite is cool because you experience stuff, but it's cool because like everyone else around you is experiencing something. And yes, and last night was really special. It was really, you were there, yeah?
Yeah, I was there last night.
Yeah.
I think for me at the start, we were sitting up, like where everyone sits, like on the seats, and I knew I didn't want to sit there, And I was like, I had this spot, like I was looking down, I was like, there's a spot, and it's like on the walkway, and I'm like, I know I'm going to be really close when he walks around, so I'm going to go there. And so my friend Laurie and I, we went there, and I think when the Blessed Sacrament came out, I thought, my whole thought was, and my prayer, I guess, was, I just hope something happens. Like, I hope the students that I brought here from my school experiences something, Lord, just give them a little inkling of who you are, show them your face, that's the prayer. And then when I was just closing my eyes, I started having, I think I haven't, it was just memories that I had, and it was memories of a time when I was younger, and I was 13, and I was in my brother's car, and he had just bought this car, and it was this Ford yellow ute, and fully yellow, and he was he was sick, it was the cool. I thought it was the sickest, I thought my brother was so cool, and it was yellow, and then it had a yellow tray, and we were driving in his car, and it was when MIA was first do you know MIA?
Is that a singer?
She's like, all I want to do.
Oh, sorry, I'm really old. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't that song playing. It was a different one. I forget how it goes now, but I remember he was showing me her songs, and I was like, this chick's sick, and you're really cool, and we're driving out of Cabarita. I don't know where we're going. But that was my first image, and then my second image was, and then I was crying because James, my brother, he passed away at the start of last year, and then so my next one was we're at Hastings Beach, and that's his favourite surf beach. Hey. And we were there together, and it was a week before, maybe a few weeks before he passed away, and we were just checking the surf, and we were just hanging out. I was telling him about I was going to the Philippines soon, so we're talking about that. In that was I don't know what it was, but my prayer was, where is he? Jesus, you're in front of me, but where is James? Is he in heaven? And my prayer is his soul may be pure in heaven, and that he may not be in purgatory, I guess. And that was my question. I think someone was talking about, what are you going to ask Jesus tonight?
Whoa.
And that was the biggest question. And what the answer, I guess the answer to my question was, just trust in me,
Wow.
Just trust in that James is wherever he is, where he's supposed to be. He might be in purification now, but he will be with me. And it was just trust. And then my mind just started thinking about that, and just trusting in where God has him and has Becky, his wife, and Lily, and it was just so beautiful. And I was like, my worry was about the students, my prayer was for the students, but then God was like, hey, they're sweet.
Yeah.
I need you. I need you to experience this.
Totally.
It was cool.
That is really precious. I'm speechless because I just think it's I'm just speechless. That's so cool. And God just brings the most vulnerable parts of who we are up like that to the surface. And it's just really cool because no matter how far you get into your faith, I think the hope is that eventually you become someone who leads other people to their faith. Yeah. But God never sees you as an employee. No. He never forgets you as his child first, and so I'm sure so much of your life is leading people, and you do it so authentically, and I'm sure you don't just treat it as your job or your work. But I think sometimes as a youth minister, I don't know if you've experienced this before, but you forget that. You're hey, I've got to lead these people to Jesus. Yeah. I'm hang on, I got to lead to Jesus. I got to go to Jesus. And you forget that, and you're oh man, I need to take a step back. Totally.
Because I need to see Jesus before I can lead these people to Jesus.
Yep. So cool. And I was rereading some quotes. I heard Jason Everett, I don't know if anyone's ever read his stuff or seen him speak, but rereading some quotes I scribbled down in one of his talks of 3,000 quotes of what he said. But he was saying that your prayer life, your ministry can't be bigger than your prayer life. Yeah. And it's so often I'm just operating out of me and not my prayer time. And and it just sounds like you just I don't know where you were at and before you went into adoration last night, but yeah, he wants to meet us. Like, doesn't care if it's your job or not, or whether it's your 50th year into your faith or day 2. He just wants to talk to us and love us, and like, it's so simple. Yeah. Like, and sometimes I'm really like, that's too good to be true, because so much of our human experience is like, is that too good to be true? But with God, it's just not. No. It just takes time. That's really precious. I'm really impacted by you. Yeah, it's just a pleasure. I can just shut up and you can just listen to her talk for the rest of the day.
You know what I remember? There was one thing that I really remember when I forget where it was. I think I've listened to you say it a couple of times, how you talk about your scooter.
Oh my gosh, my Razor scooter.
That's like your like classic story.
Yeah, I know.
About your scooter. All
right, I've recycled the story because I love Razor scooters and I never got one, okay? It's an unfulfilled desire.
I got one. I got an electric scooter.
Yeah, don't tell me that. I just told you it's a wound for me. I walked past a shop and I realized that they make adult electrified scooters, and I was like, I don't have to get over this ever. No. I can be 85 on a fully justifiable adult Razor scooter. Yeah, you can. So I'm gonna go now and buy one.
No. And then she comes back with a broken leg. Yeah. Comes back next year. Yeah, with a boot on her foot.
That's gives right. Another really I'm so not cool enough testimony. To undergo injuries and stuff.
But yeah,
too safe.
So after Ignite, what is your plans?
My plans is I'm going up to the Gold Coast. My family's from Melbourne. They're coming up. So that'll be really nice. Europeans hit the Gold Coast, and then I'm doing...
like they're from Melbourne?
Yeah.
But they're,
yeah. Totally living up
Malta?
the Gold Coast. Yeah, my parents are from Malta. Yeah. And so that will boost the... So do you
Father Rob have like this little like...
We do. I try and talk to him in Maltese, but... he never replies in Maltese. Father Rob, pick up your game, please. Nah, I'm kidding. He's great. And then for the rest of the year, just rocking it with Net. It's such a full life, which is cool. I'm doing a couple of other speaking things, which should be heaps of fun to see how God humbles me in that. And yeah, just trying to seek Him and be really ordinary and boring sometimes too, because life's pretty boring in a good way. It's not a bad thing. Do the ordinary stuff. Just be a human.
Chill out.
Yeah. So... hope you get some good times after Ignite.
Yeah, I'm on holidays now.
Ooh.
So you don't really go by school time, do you?
No, we just work all through the year, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm on term time. So I got 2 weeks, and then I got another 2 weeks because I've got 4 weeks off.
To go to...
Japan!
Woo!
I'm going to...
Harajuku.
I know, I'm so excited.
So good.
But then after that, literally, so... had the 2 week break, so I missed 2 weeks more of term 4. And then the week that I come back is our year 11 senior retreat, so that's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so everything's set, everything's planned, everything's done. I just have to show up and do it, which is pretty cool. I'm really excited about that. I've got our other YMO, Eliza. I don't know if you've met her, but maybe she was a year 12 student last year, and now she's the second YMO with me.
Hi, Eliza.
So me and myself, Eliza, Ellen, and Liam Desick is going to come.
No way! You guys are in for a treat, as if that's your year 11 retreat.
I know, I'm really excited. It's the best time. It's the best 3 days, because they come in all like, what's happening? And then they leave all like,
classic.
Wow.
It's so cool.
That was great.
And it's like, it's not just limited to Ignite. Like, I have all the faith that God will move potentially in bigger ways than He can here or did here there. So bring it on. Just give Him what you got, the loaves and the fish.
I will.
That's sick. Eat all the sushi in the world.
Oh, no, I'm really excited. So, like you say, when you go to Japan, you're going to have sushi, but what I've been told is we probably won't really be eating that much sushi. It'll be like, there's my really nice one. It's called okonomiyaki.
Ooh.
It's really, I can say it really well now.
You so can. How many times have you practiced?
So many times.
Yeah, I know.
And it's kind of like this savoury pancake and cabbage.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are so
yum. And
then, really makes them.
Lots of other stuff. I forget.
I feel like we should have a 3-hour podcast on all the potential food you can eat.
Yeah.
I would enjoy that, and I would watch every second of it. So.
Yes. Well, let's move on to dessert now.
Yeah.
I think we might just wrap it up there.
Let's do that.
thank you so much.
Thanks
Justine,
heaps.
for
It's been a
coming
pleasure.
to Proclaim
Woohoo!
place
I love
and
it.
chatting with me.
Thanks heaps. I've loved
Really
it.
helpful.
God bless yous. Peace out.
See ya.